The following is a Podbeard production.
What's up, everybody? It's Hodder.
And I'm Kaz.
And you're listening to Two Guys in a Game!
Yeah, okay.
Woo!
The game where we go and talk about podcasts.
Yeah!
I think that might have been backwards, TJ.
Is that how he
Oh,
sounds?
sorry.
Is that how Kaz sounds to you?
No.
Not even remotely is that how he sounds. So welcome to the first episode, part 1, 1.0, whatever the hell you want to call
Two
it.
Guys in a Game DLC.
Yeah, you just cut me off, which is exactly what Kaz does. So
I'm trying to very much emulate him.
don't emulate him, because he's in this.
I'm an emulator. Haha.
Haha! So, we decided here at the Two Guys in a Game camp, which is myself, Cazo Jones, of course, Cazo motherfucking Jones, and the producer, Miss Brandon Bowden, who is here, of course.
I play Fallout. Oh, okay. I'm done now?
Yeah, you're not being
Okay.
Kaz anymore. He doesn't even play Fallout anymore. Now he's playing like Mario Odyssey
Sorry.
all the time.
I played Fallout.
There you go.
I hope he doesn't take offense to that.
I don't think he will. He's a good sport. We love you, Kaz. So
I'm expecting a pretty
you're gonna-
ravishing
yeah.
impression of myself the next time.
he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm Brendan."
At least they gave my voice.
Yeah, he's here in spirit. So we decided to try bring a new thing in here on Two Guys in a Game, which is basically going to be anytime there is an episode not featuring myself or Kaz, or something special is going on, something of that nature, or we just feel like doing one. We're going to do these new little episodes called the Two Guys in a Game DLC, bro. And it was actually an idea that Brandon, well, I guess we'll say you came up with the idea. I came up with the name.
Yeah.
Because that's basically how it went down. And of course, today we are talking to you guys a little bit in this part anyway, because we're going to do a two-parter of this one. We are talking about the E3 convention. Or
E3 been going on for a couple days now,
yes.
and I have been watching. I watched some of it. I binge watched it today.
Yeah, well, and that's what's funny is because I was at work earlier, so I was literally like, I wanted to watch as much as I possibly could, so like we could do this, because we didn't want to do a full episode on it because like we already had an episode kind of in the bag, where we just don't even touch on it really. So I was like, actually at all.
Yeah, like this Tuesday, nobody will hear anything about it because you guys pre-recorded that. So it's,
We recorded it beforehand because that's just how timing was. Unfortunately, Kaz could not be here tonight because he is dead, as we said.
Yeah, since it's not canon.
Yes, this isn't canon. I forgot to mention that. Yeah,
this isn't canon, so Zach is dead.
Yeah, these. Who's Zach?
Oh, Kaz is dead.
Yes, Kaz is.
Zach also is
Zach
dead.
No, Zach's fine.
Oh,
Kaz is dead.
I thought they were both
No,
dead.
Zach's fine.
Oh.
Zach is perfectly fine.
Oh, never mind then.
Yes.
Oh,
I see you say. I came.
what did I say?
No! See, we don't even need him. No, I'm just kidding. I always need Kaz. So yeah, these episodes, we're going to have like alternate storylines and stuff. That's what DLC is. So, and they're going to be a little shorter too, by the way. So if you see the whole, like, I don't know how long
Just
this
like
one's gonna
regular
be.
DLC would be.
Exactly. So we're smart. Yeah. We're smart. Good idea, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Checks in the mail.
Sweet.
All 5 cents of it.
That's what I'm
5
used to.
yang.
That's what I'm used to by now is change.
Yay. Yay.
Yay.
So, but getting into it, it's funny because I've been keeping up on Twitter all day and I've been tweeting about stuff, and I did yesterday as well, but I was not able to watch anything at all. So I'm glad that someone was at the Two Guys in a Game
Someone was
camp.
prepared.
Yes, because I kind of have the general idea of the big things that I want to comment on. But what Brandon has done is he literally has like a notepad full of stuff that's going on. So he's going to fill me in, and we're going to kind of just talk about it and comment a little bit.
Okay, well, I've watched EA stuff.
Boo!
And I watched Microsoft's.
Also boo!
EA, I'll agree with you there. EA went up. They talked about.
Sorry, guys, just hit my mic stand.
I've heard people, because I've watched a couple of reviews now on the EA stuff, and people were pissed off because the indie developers that they had come on, basically outdid EA.
Yeah,
that's how they felt. But the thing is, a lot of I was watching some YouTube reviews, and the problem with YouTubers are a lot of YouTube gamers are the same gamer. They really like the same games and stuff like that. And EA doesn't exactly. EA's not a developer that really caters to the YouTube gamers.
What would you say in your opinion? Because you're more up on the YouTube gaming stuff than I am. I mean, for God's sakes, you were one basically for a while. So
I find with YouTube gaming, a lot of people like the RPGs. They like the story based games,
stuff that's
stuff
entertaining
like that.
to watch.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff's not EA's wheelhouse.
No, they
EA's
do their
wheelhouse
shooters.
is the shooters, but a lot of it's sports.
Yeah, sports games and then also like just action games in general.
Yeah, and the thing is, it takes a long time to develop a sporting game every freaking year.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And when I was a kid, my thing was, I'm like, how do they develop the commentary every year?
It's all unique commentary for the most part.
It is every year. Like every year, it's pretty much new stuff, and I'm like, that must take forever. As a guy who edits audio for a living, I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of stuff to splice through.
How much audio do you think you edit in a week?
In a week?
Just podcast related. Let me throw you that question.
Oh
real
my
quick.
god, podcast related.
Because we have to go on tangents still. That's just how it is.
6 hours probably. I spend.
That's it, really?
I spend about 6 hours. I've gotten it down.
How much
to
of that's on the
science at that
Hodder
point.
show? I'm just curious.
No, yours is probably the Hodder show is probably the shortest now.
Yes.
Because with you probably you don't make very many mistakes as you used to. So
Yay. Two guys in a game, however.
well, I had that one.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes just taking out the ignorant parts with you too.
The ignorant parts. Okay, let's kayfabe for a minute here. Let's break kayfabe. The ignorant parts are from Casto Jones, not from me. Let's just throw that out there real quick.
But you don't stop him.
Well, of course, hey, we're 50-50, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Kaz.
That's why I'm.
Because he's not
that's
here,
why I'm
I'm
defense
gonna
to your
rip
other
on
lawn
him.
care products.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so EA, their big thing is Anthem.
Which I'm super hyped about.
I don't think it's going to do well. It looks like Titanfall.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
Somebody's calling it Destiny 2. People are calling it another Destiny 2.
I get that, because like it looks like it has... Basically, from what I'm seeing of it, it's Destiny with Mass Effect put together, inspired by Iron Man.
Yeah, that's
essentially
about
what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
getting.
because there's like the mech suits and stuff like that. It looks
Yeah.
like they have it. It just looks like it looks like the trailer looks so epic and so like cinematic that it's like the game's never going to stack up now.
It's going to be a letdown. Put it this way.
They showed some gameplay, and the gameplay, okay, given this game comes out like February 2019.
So we have tons of time.
They have lots of time to fix the gameplay. The gameplay didn't look very good though. The gameplay looked underwhelming.
Look generic.
Yeah.
The whole because the first thing that we saw of Anthem, this was months ago, was you jumping off of this basically floating city and flying like you were Iron Man.
Yeah.
So for me,
That's what somebody call it. Somebody call it Destiny 2 where you can fly.
Yeah, basically, for me as a type of gamer that wants to now, I'm going, okay, I want to be able to play like Mass Effect and Destiny, but be able to fly like Iron Man. That's what I'm expecting from this game. If I load this game up and I can't freaking do that, I'm going to be pissed.
I think you will, but I don't think the game as a whole is going to...
Yeah, like
it's not going to live up to the trailers and all the teasers that people are going to have out for it. I mean, we have 8 months to build on this, so it's like, wow, this is a lot of time to possibly build up a game that might not be very great.
hopefully they can pull it off. Well, the thing is too is because from what I can gather of it,
It was
like,
Titanfall that was like a really real letdown.
it was a
right?
huge letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some people enjoyed it, and it has kind of a bit
It
of a
looked
cult
really
following.
cool.
But it was just
I can see Titanfall being one of those
yeah.
games where 20 years after the fact, people are like, no, go find that game. Go collect for that. Go
Yeah.
collect for the old Xbox
So
One
if-
because that game was good.
yes. So motorized windblows, if you're out there and you have Titanfall, keep it. But it's interesting because with Anthem, from what I've gathered of it, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this because I totally might be. It's an open world RPG that's online all the time.
Yeah, and that seemed
Like
to
the
be
world
a
is affected. By it.
I didn't see if it was online all the time. I didn't notice that part. I wasn't really looking for it. It kind of it
from
might
what I
have-
gathered, that's what
it might be because that seemed to be a theme going along with some of the games that they were releasing.
which
Not
I
EA,
personally hate.
Well, I'm going to talk about one later that I actually think it looked really, really cool
Yeah.
in. But with me, I watch those online games and people that play online games, not all people that play online games, but it's just like they showed demos of the games being played with these, like all these people sitting in a room
Yeah.
together playing. They're like, hey man, want to do this? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, that's not how online gaming works.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's more-
man,
no,
screw your mother, bro. I'm gonna
but
kill
yeah,
you.
it's like,
yeah.
dude, man,
I
fucked your
totally
mom
fucked
last
your
night.
mom
Like,
last
that's
night,
what.
bro.
That,
Yo, how old are you? 7? Like
where's the developer that's
Yeah.
yakking on the other freaking player sort of thing for,
Yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
you're so fat and ugly. Oh, like those are the real online players.
I'm a girl. Wait, you're a girl? Oh, you're so good at this game. Oh, send me nudes. Oh.
So yeah, Anthem. I don't know about Anthem.
By the way, just one last point I want to make on this: the whole it not launching with PvP in the beginning. I think business wise, it is a really bold move. Me personally, I ain't freaking mad at it at all. I'm hoping we can learn more about this game. I'm hoping that it's not always online, because if it is, immediately I have to be out because my internet's not that great. So that's gonna really suck for gamers like me. But
yeah.
Such is the way.
No, and it just seems like EA is saying, okay, this is what's cool right now. What if it's not cool in February? It's really starting. Exactly. It's starting not to be cool now.
It really is. You're totally right.
I mean, I guess Fortnite's really cool, but
Fortnite.
I'm not a Fortnite guy,
bro. Like Fortnite.
The indie games, though, they brought out Unravel and Sea of Solitude. Sea of Solitude looks like,
really good.
Sea of Solitude looks like this, like really like
dark.
It's a very dark sort of story, and Unravel 2 is just that lighthearted yarn.
Yes,
gimmick.
the yarn boys.
Yeah, which is cool.
Because I saw that tweet and I was like, yarn boys, what the fuck? Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I got you. So those look interesting.
I've only watched people play the first Unravel, but it's a unique game concept, and they did the Yoshi game with it, they did the Kirby game with it, the whole like the yarn dynamic, and it's, I don't know, I like it. It's kind of cool. So I'll probably play that. I don't know if I'll play Sea of Solitude. I need to see more of it.
Sea of Solitude for me,
I didn't get a good idea of it.
Being someone who does enjoy games that are, I mean, for God's sake, one of my favorite games of all time is Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
So those really emotional, dark games, like I dig that as long as it's done properly. Yeah. So I'll definitely check it out when it comes out.
That'll be one of those games I'll be able to play, but I'll only be able to play it during the day because I hate playing those games at night because it freaks me out.
Yeah. See, I
can't play Majora's Mask at night. Hell, I was playing Breath of the Wild the other day, and I was in the what is it called? The Yigas. The Yigas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In Breath of the Wild, you're in that little, you go through the Gerudo Valley part, and then you have to help that one that they caught, those Yiga people.
Oh, the dudes with the big sword you have to sneak past?
Yeah.
Those guys freaked you out at night, right?
They freak me out at night because the whole, you're in the dungeon, and you have to sneak around them. I hate it. I can't do stealth stuff at night. It freaks me out. Okay.
Who needs Kaz? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Kaz. I love you.
They also talked about Battlefield.
Boo.
Battlefield. Battlefield 5, it's going to have a battle royale. I'm like, okay, here's your thing.
Again, is that going to be cool when this game comes out? I don't know.
I don't know. And I didn't catch the release date for Battlefield 5, and I'm like, I really don't care.
What I do like, though, because it was one of the games that I did see some stuff on. The 2 words you can
use to get me uninterested in any of your games now is battle royale. And I know it's a huge thing right now, but it's such a such a casual thing.
It's so fun, bro. What?
No, I mean,
Souse to the dare. But like with me, battle royales, like I've never actually sat down and played Fortnite, right?
Man, when's online poker gonna come out with battle royales?
You don't even know him. You can't talk about him. We love you, Dare.
I don't know you.
The Durber.
And you know what? I feel like I do know him from listening to you guys.
That's basically all you need to know about him. He's a great dude.
He's wondering when online poker games are gonna get a battle royale mode.
Fuck yeah, bro. Nothing wrong with that. But right away, what struck me about Battlefield 5 is like it's basically like, they're like, okay, what can we do to reinvent the Battlefield series that basically we've tried to reinvent twice now, and it kind of didn't really work that much. With me, right away...
Give it a campaign mode?
Yeah. And they're like, it's new stories. It's set in World War II, but it's all new stories. It's unique. And I'm like, cool, I dig that. The fact that you can fully customize everything around you, I dig that, vehicles included, cosmetically, and also like different guns and shit. I dig that big time. Creating your own characters and stuff, I love that. It's immersive for me. The second a game has character creation, I'm already automatically, I'm so much more into it. Yeah. Because I can be like, I can create Hodder. But I'll be buff. It's going to be great. And then the fact that the environment around you can actually be destroyed and affected by what you're actually doing. It's not like if you run a tank into a building, that building's going to fucking fall over.
Yeah.
So for me, right away, I'm like, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
But Battle Royale is that was their main selling point from what I got from it.
Yeah, no, that was the one thing they were focused on. It's like, with PUBG and Fortnite, we're going to have a Battle Royale mode too. I'm like, how about you do something original that Fortnite and, PUBG already don't have?
Yeah.
What a fucking concept.
How about a campaign mode for people who...
man, hold on. We were really busy making the new FIFA and new Madden, so we couldn't think of anything original. That was basically what they told me.
Is that your EA impression?
Yeah, that's my EA worker impression. No, I like EA because I've you know me. I play
Yeah,
a
you're a
lot of
sports
sports
game.
games.
Yeah, for sure.
I have all the NHLs. I have all the Maddens. I have all that
You have
stuff.
one really old NHL?
I have NHL. I know. I have all the NHLs.
You actually have all of them?
No, most of them. I have like from 96 to like 2018.
Jeebus.
With maybe a couple missing here. I think I'm missing like 2001 and like.
There are people listening to this show right now that 96 game is older than.
Yeah.
That blows my mind
Yeah.
when I think about that.
Just sitting over there with my Sega stuff.
Anyway,
They also talked about they now have a subscription service.
Oh, they.
It's called. But here's the
Who
weird
is
thing. It's called
they?
EA.
Yeah.
The Origin. It's called Origin Access Premier.
That's it. Origin Access Premier.
What? that's
That's like Shield.
Why don't you just call it like Electronic Arts Weekly? Like,
What was it again? One more time.
Origin Access Premier.
OAP.
Yeah.
OAP. What does that? OAP.
Doesn't really stand for anything.
OAP.
But it's going to include access to Anthem, Madden, and I don't know if it has anything, but it's gonna. I think it's going to obviously have access to FIFA. But they also introduced the new World Cup mode for FIFA, which is probably the best time to unleash that because we got the World Cup coming up
for
this
sure.
year.
Absolutely. Makes total sense.
It makes sense. It's topical because the World Cup's coming up. Might as well have a World Cup mode in FIFA.
Oh, for sure.
I guess they didn't put it in FIFA 2014, or FIFA 14. So yeah, get it in there now. And then all the release dates. Now they have all the early access dates and they have all the actual dates. So Madden 19 we're getting on August 10th for public access. You can get on the 2nd for early access. I'm assuming if you pre-order it, or I don't know if you get early access from the OAP, the Origin Access Premier. Your original ass piece of shit. FIFA 19 is going to be September 28th. Early access September 20th. Battlefield 5 October 19th. Early access is October 11th. And Anthem we're getting in February 22nd of 2019, but the early access is February 15th.
Cool.
And then they spent a lot of time talking about their new Command & Conquer game that's for mobile. They spent a lot of time.
That was surprising to me. I was like,
the fact that they actually had people out there playing the mobile game and spent that long of a time on it, people are pissed.
Because, it's cool. There's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to download that and they're going to have a lot of fun with it, but do you spend that much time on it? How long do you think they spent on it? Like just 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Like 15, 20. I don't know. I didn't keep track of time. It was probably 15 to 20 minutes. It felt like 45.
Jesus.
Because it's one of those games.
A mobile game that long.
It obviously wasn't 45, but even
like that just seems like a long time to talk about a mobile game.
But the big thing they said, is like there's no more loot boxes. No more loot boxes.
That's good. That's a step in the right
And I think
direction,
they also did the new Star Wars game.
Yes.
It's not the Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was a fucking movie.
Yeah, Jedi.
The Jedi Awakens. No, it's. I think I'm just mixing up freaking different Star Wars movies.
Yeah, you are.
TJ's gonna look it up though.
It was.
Hodder's gonna look it up. So
yes.
I'm not good with.
Who's
these.
TJ?
I'm not good with the gimmick
Who the fuck's
names.
TJ?
Not good with the gimmick names.
I am a character.
But they keep on going on. Oh, and the Origin Access Premier is gonna be $15 a month or $99 a year.
So that's not bad.
It's standard for a subscription service
standard.
like that. Yeah.
So it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and basically what it is, because I did see this, I just couldn't remember the name of it. So basically,
it's Battlefront 2 without loot boxes. No.
Basically, no. So I'm gonna pull up the actual thing, so I make sure I get everything proper if there is any release dates or anything. So it's coming 2019.
Okay, so like
and basically, yeah, from what I saw on it, essentially, it's going to be a story based around all the Jedi being hunted down. Order 66.
That's
so
cool.
That's all I really saw on it. It's going to be, I guess, an RPG type game or an action type game, whatever it is. I don't know if you play as the Jedi or as you play as the freaking Empire or whatever the hell, but I'm hyped. I'm down.
I know less about Star Wars than some rocks, so.
Like, how smart are these rocks?
Not very smart. They know more about Star Wars than I do. So, like, it's some boulders know more about Star Wars than I do. So,
Boulder.
Let that sink in. I don't remember where I was going to go after that. I think there was something else. Yeah, but they talked all this time about like no loot boxes, and that was such a huge thing that there's no more loot boxes and all that. But the mobile game they're pushing is just full of microtransactions.
Well, of course.
I'm like, hold on, isn't a loot box a microtransaction?
Bruh. We're not.
Bro,
we're not. Bro. Okay, bro. So we're not gonna go ahead.
Hold on. No, that can't. No, that's the Labo people. You can't use that for those.
Oh, okay, who could be EA?
Okay, guys, listen, guys.
Oh,
all right,
God, yes.
We got rid of all the loot boxes. We got rid of all of them. All right, there's no more loot boxes in any of our games. Oh, so like, how do you like? So what's with the leveling up in, Command and Conquer game there for the mobile game? Well, if you make a slight 99-cent purchase on Command and Conquer, you will get extra items to help you level up quicker. Hold on, you said there's no loot boxes. These aren't loot boxes. These are small purchases inside the game that help you advance through the game quicker. Hold on. So microtransactions. No. They're very small purchases.
Throughout the game
microtransactions. No, small purchases.
that you make in a micro way. Like, those fuckers.
And the great thing is, you put your credit card information right in your phone, and you can make as many purchases as you want without having to re-put your credit card information inside.
It's not a microtransaction.
Hold on, any company will let us just remember our credit card number. Yes, but we're letting you do it as well.
That's EA guy.
Electronics Arts. Oh my, Electronic
those
Arts.
Fuckers.
But hold on. Okay. So tiny purchases you make in the game, but look at Anthem.
There's gonna be no loot
It may
boxes,
be really good, but it probably won't be.
and you will not have to buy anything except for the DLC in order to play the game. And if you want to play online, you can do that without buying loot boxes, but you have to buy the subscription service. You can play online, but that's not the point.
And I think, I think I forgot to mention, Origin Access Premier is just PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I didn't
cool.
mention that, but it's just PC. All right, so that was EA.
Yay.
Next was Microsoft, which is a little more eventful. A little more it was better than EA's. It was better than EA's.
Sorry. Please continue, Brandon.
So, okay, I'm not as hard. I am not as hardcore. I am not as hardcore as these people that go to E3.
No, I'm not either. I don't think.
Oh my god, these people are because they now here's Phil Spencer, and they're like Phil.
Who
Like,
is this guy?
at one point, because they're saying,
Well, Phil Spencer's he's Microsoft's
yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is.
But like they're chanting his name, and they're doing it in that tempo where I'm like, Phil, nah, the Xbox guy.
Phil. He comes out in a robe. It's like, what?
But it's like, wow, these people really know. And like, they went through the part where Microsoft started saying what developers they had purchased.
Yeah.
And everybody's going nuts when the Ninja Theory. I think the people are going nuts. I'm like, I don't know enough about these like developers.
See, I wouldn't know Ninja Theory. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I didn't know enough about these things to go nuts. Like these people were marking out over it. But no, the first thing they did was Halo Infinite.
Boo.
Hey, you know what? It makes some money.
I could care fucking less about Halo, but whatever. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
I don't have an Xbox anyway.
The things he talked about though were catching me. Like he's like legendary characters, iconic worlds, and I'm like, okay, it already sounds like they're resting on their laurels. It's like we're gonna just keep on going to everything that's made us money in the past and just reuse it and reuse it. And
I mean, you know what? If it makes them money and it keeps them driving their Porsches or whatever the fucking buying their yachts, then more power to them.
And you know. You got to make a new Master Chief eventually. You got to make the next.
Oh, but let me stop you there because look at Mario.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So
yeah, but Nintendo's always got something else coming out of their, coming out of them.
Do they really though?
Yes.
Who's replaced Mario?
No, I'm not saying replace. I'm not saying you have to replace Master Chief.
Who's been as big as Mario, Link, or who else is a big Nintendo icon? I'm not thinking of
Pikachu.
Sure, Pikachu. Who's big as those three?
Okay, I'm not saying you have to make somebody as big. You have to add though.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Because for every there's Mario, there's Link, there's Pikachu,
Banjo, Kirby, and Kazooie, excuse me, Kirby. So when I think of that, I'm like,
Pikmin.
Okay,
Still a really good game.
Captain
Falcon.
Fucker. No, Captain Lalamar, whatever his fucking name is.
Olimar, yeah.
Lalamar. Fuck's Lalamar. Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon. You got
Fox McCloud.
They have a whole roster that they fight against. Like, think about it.
Anyone from Smash Bros, basically.
That's Nintendo always making characters.
Yeah. And I'm like, but who, like, the last, say, 5-6 years, has there been anyone that's come out, aside from Ukulele, who I don't really think that was that
the
big
Squid Inklings? From Splatoon. Splatoon's been big. Splatoon's been big. It's a different concept, but it's been big. But anyways, back on to Microsoft. So the next guy that came up was the guy from Bethesda. Which I'm like,
those
hold
fuckers.
On. Wait, but why are you doing here, Bethesda? What are you doing here?
Which, mind you, I was trying to watch the live
stream. From the
stream.
time we're recording now, Bethesda is doing their presentation in 2 hours.
Yes.
So I'm like, what the hell is
Because
he doing out here
we're
now?
Eastern time, so it's on at 6:30 right now.
Yeah.
But when I saw that they were on it, because I could see, because I was trying to watch it live and it kept freezing on me because my internet's shit.
Yeah.
As I've said 100 times in this
I
podcast.
should mention there were some small titles that they did mention between them, the Halo and Fallout. It was like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is like looks like a platformer that belongs on the Switch.
Interesting.
Yeah, very nice art.
Cool. I'm down.
Looks like a neat story. There's I think it's Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. It looked like open world, maybe a hack and slash.
Cool. I'm down.
It looks like it takes place in it's weird because it looks like it takes place in 1800s Japan.
Interesting.
But there's ginormous bugs and weird modern things that come into play as well.
Interesting.
So I'm like, okay, that might be neat. And then I think that was it. I think there was, I don't know which, I can't try to remember the order it came in, but then I'm pretty sure they came on. They talked about Fallout 76.
They came?
They came.
What?
And then he said it. He's like, the world of Fallout 76 being 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
Oh, I came in my pants.
That seems a little outlandish.
Well, what fuck with me is I'm watching it and I see Bethesda's name pop up and I go, these motherfuckers are pulling a fast one because...
Well, we already knew about Fallout 76.
Yes,
it's not like they could come out and
we sure did.
And you know what?
After the episode we were fucking recorded.
Considering how short the Fallout 76 stuff was, they showed an extended trailer that didn't show us any gameplay or anything like that. That's probably what we're waiting for Bethesda to come up and show us gameplay of Fallout 76. But you have another theory.
Fuck. Okay, holy crap.
Basically, Bethesda would only come out to talk with Fallout 76 on Microsoft's E3 presentation because of why?
Because Bethesda have to. They have to. There was no way they would make that their platform on someone else's fucking thing if they didn't have another game up their sleeve. A huge announcement.
Yes, but we'll get to that later. Because Microsoft, I told you this earlier, Microsoft half-assed gave it away at the end.
Yes, okay.
So they went on, they showed another game.
Excited about
they
this.
showed another game. This is, it's called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Right on. I love how you take notes, by the way. Let me just.
I have
copious
notes.
Brandon doesn't take notes like when I take notes, I do it in order of what I want to talk about. He just kind of writes all over the page.
Oh yeah, because yeah. Well, I started watching the Microsoft live stream near the end. So the first thing I saw was Dying Light 2. So I wrote that in the middle of the page, and I'm like, hold on, I'm like an hour and a half behind. So so I had to go back, and that's when I started taking the rest of these notes.
Yeah.
But all these minor games that they came out with, they're showing, I kind of put off to the side here. So they showed this is The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. It's a part of the Life is Strange universe.
Okay.
And the kid looks exactly like Macaulay Culkin.
Interesting.
Which is hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. And the whole game, not the whole game, but most of the game, it appears that it takes place in the kid's imagination.
Interesting.
So the kid says, "Oh, he goes to space and he fights these monsters and all that, but it's all happening in his imagination, and you're going through in his imagination doing all this stuff, which actually looks pretty damn cool. And we don't have to wait long for it. It's actually out for free on 26th of June.
Oh, awesome. So that's literally a couple weeks from now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're just a couple of days away from that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. It's like 16 days away. We can actually play that game. They showed us something we can play in a couple of weeks.
Which I dig that. I like that.
And then it was kind of downhill from that point. It was the little, they showed Crackdown 3. Crackdown fucking 3. You ever played a Crackdown game?
No.
Okay.
I've specifically chosen not to.
Yeah, neither have I, and I don't think this is going to make me start either.
No.
Dude, this thing is like Tron and Saints Row 4. Put in
I feel like I'd
Tron
play that
and
just to
Saints
try.
Row 4 had a bastard child, and the main voiceover artist was Terry Crews.
He's the main voiceover artist on
Yes.
it? Okay,
He's
I might
the main
play
voice
it
of
now.
it.
I might play it now, just for that.
It looks bad.
Well, but I feel like the Crackdown games are known for being just not very good.
Oh my god, I was just like,
But it was what got me was because we were watching just a little bit of it before we started this, and the woman they had presenting, she looked like she was I'm all for women in gaming.
Oh, that was
and all
the
that. I love
that was later. That was later.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That was later.
Sorry.
But no, the Crackdown game. I'm like, this looks bad. This is when they were going through like a chain of previews.
Oh.
So what they would do is they would have somebody. They would have somebody present.
Okay.
And then they would do preview, and then they'd have somebody present, and then preview, and then it would be like the big games would get a presenter sort of idea.
Okay, I got you.
And so we went on to like I think it was like Nier Automata. They didn't show much of that game. It looked like a hack and slash. Metro Exodus, not Exodus. What am I talking about? Metro Exodus.
Exodius, the Forbidden One.
This game looks cool.
Yeah.
So this is like Soviet Fallout.
Interesting.
This is basically what it is. It's based on books.
In Soviet Russia, Deathclaw is
based
playable character.
It's based on books. It's called, I think the book this one's based off is called Metro 2035.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I follow you. I know the series now.
The trailers, the neat thing was before they have a little disclaimer at the start of the trailer saying this trailer was built all from one level of the game. They put it together, only used one level of the game.
Wow.
And it looked hella dynamic for just being one level of the game. They got a lot of content in there, did a lot of stuff just from one little level of the game, apparently. It's a first-person shooter. It's just the whole level takes place, or the whole level is called Volga. That's the only level you see in it.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like a first-person shooter. It looks like Fallout, but with little characteristics of Resident Evil.
Okay,
and maybe a little bit of Doom.
Interesting.
It looks pretty damn cool. But yeah, no,
that sounds cool. Though.
It just has that feel of like Russian Fallout. It's really neat.
Soviet Russia, we do not have guns. We just punch each other in the face.
The next game they showed was, I think it was Forza, which is
that
racing.
Like Fortnite, but racing.
No, it's racing.
Is it Battle Royale racing?
No, well, yeah, kind of.
Anytime I hear Fort something, I'm like, oh, it's going to be Battle Royale.
It's Forza Horizon 4. It's called.
Wow, Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now, I was watching the preview for it, and I'm like, okay, it's a racing game.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so that's when this is when they had a presenter come out to talk about this game because it's really different. And so they're like, this game is like the most. It looks like a really dynamic driving simulator. Well, yeah, it's a dynamic driving simulator. It's not even a racing game. So
they called it a dynamic driving simulator.
It's an open world driving.
Okay, you have my attention.
The whole thing takes place online. So you can just drive with people.
Okay.
And everybody who's in the world with you is an actual human. And all that.
That's
and
cool.
And they have like co-op missions where you do stuff. And you can do different tactics. You can talk to the people and whatnot, which again can be crap online. But
I fucked your mother last night,
But the idea of
bro.
having co-op missions is kind of neat.
That is cool. I dig that.
Where all
I'm
you're doing
all
is driving.
for online co-op. I love that.
And they're
shit.
using real cars, obviously, because they have the licenses to use like the McLarens and the Nissans and
That's cool. Not using like the Hissons.
No Hissons.
I made it funny.
But the cool thing is the little gimmick they have for the game is the seasons change in a snap. So you'll be driving in summer and all that, and next thing you know, it's fall. So now you're driving, you can go through and you can drive through the forests and stuff like that, but now there's leaves on the road, so you kind of lose a little bit of traction. Then it turns to winter,
and you gotta be
then you can drive across frozen lakes.
Okay, that's
and there's
pretty
snow
cool.
all over the roads and all that stuff. And then it turns to spring, and it's like crazy. Like, and it was so neat because at the presentation they're like, this is what the game looks like in summer. Now this is what it looks like in fall, and leaves start falling from the actual stage onto the crowd. I'm like, wow, they really went all out.
Microsoft.
They really went all over that. It
fella.
looks like a really, really cool game.
Yeah, that does actually sound pretty cool.
I've never played a Forza game, but I would probably pick that one up if it was like decent price. I'm like, yeah, I'd pick that up and try it out. Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition, that's coming out.
Yay!
So Kaz will be happy about that.
If he was here, he'd be really
game
excited.
that caught my attention was We Happy Few.
I didn't hear about that one.
The We Happy Few. It seems to be it's a dystopian. It looks. I think it's a RPG. I couldn't really get a grip of exactly what kind of game it was. It seems to be like an adventure style RPG from what I can get. But the story is that you live in a society where you take these things called joy pills.
Okay, you tell me.
And they
about
bring
this.
you joy. And you're supposed to feel joy. You're not allowed to be anything else. because sadness apparently is like bringing down the world, so you can only feel joy. And they wear these masks that force them to smile all the time.
That's
so
fucked up.
they've built a world where there's no negativity. So with no negativity, the world can only be great and all that. But now people are going crazy, and there's people hanging from the streets and shit like that. And basically, this whole thing they've created is basically backfired on them.
Because people aren't allowed to feel any emotion but joy.
Yeah, and you're obviously you're the turncoat that's basically taken off his mask, and you can't feel emotions.
Everybody be sad.
And it's basically like you have to be able to feel emotion. You can't force yourself to feel emotion, sort of thing. And that whole thing, I'm like, that looks pretty damn cool.
That's really interesting.
The story caught my attention there.
Well, I'll be picking that game out. That sounds really interesting.
And then they talked about Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Moving on.
That also comes into play later, though. So remember that. That's important. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. That's important for you.
Okay.
Then it was funny because the next thing, one of the things you see on the screen is the Gears of War logo.
Yeah.
And every crowd freaks out.
Loses their shit.
Crowd freaks out. They're like, yes! Fucking Gears of War! And then you hear a pounding on the wall because it's on like a brick wall.
Yeah.
You hear a pounding on the wall. And then something bursts through the wall. It's a Funko Pop of the Gears of War 2. And he climbs through, and you can kind of hear a couple people in the crowd be like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?"
Oh, and I was laughing. It was so funny. And
what the fuck have you done?
Oh my goodness. And
what the fuck have you done? No! Leave him alone. Seriously, leave Marcus alone.
So,
oh god.
And then one of the guys from Coalition comes out, the developer.
Yeah.
And he says, they got some new stuff. They're doing new stuff. And this Gears, it's called Gears Pop.
Interesting.
It's a mobile game.
Which is cool.
Which I'm like, okay. All right, please don't spend 15 to 45 minutes showing me it now.
You went for a rude awakening.
And the guy from Electronic Arts came out. No, I'm just joking. So there's
now
we have
lots
of stuff in the works.
Yeah.
Including another, he says, a new twist on the Gears franchise, Gears Tactics, which is a a turn-based strategy game. So it kind of looks like they took Gears of War and put a little Fire Emblem twist on it almost. And I'm like, that's kind of neat. I can get that. I can get behind that. And then obviously they're like, oh yeah, sorry, and Gears 5.
And by the way, Gears 5, I guess.
Crowd goes nuts.
And then the EA guy comes out because now the great thing about Gears 5 is we're not going to include loot boxes. Everyone loses the shit. But what we are going to do is have
for a small
minor
purchase
purchases
of $49.99 every other month, you can get a new gun skin.
Like, fuck.
We'll give you one exclusive shoe for your character. Anyways.
One exclusive shoe? The spiders would come out with it too.
Yeah, probably.
Oh god.
Not the pay. You have to pay $99.99 if you want the pay, but it's $49.99.
And it is a shoe that only you will be able to have on that character on your account.
Yeah, exactly. You
Boom.
and everybody else who buys will only have that shoe on your account.
But only you will have it on your account. And for more small purchases. Anyway.
So, and then this is when they started talking about Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
So Xbox Game Pass is their subscription service. And
Yay.
basically, if you don't want to have to go out and choose between which game you want, you can have all the games by getting the subscription service, obviously.
How convenient. For a small purchase.
I'm not sure if they mentioned the price or not. I didn't write down a price, so I don't
probably
think
like $100 a month or something.
I could see it being about $13.99 a month or like
really
$100.
I have no idea how
$100 a
subscriptions
year.
work. $100 a year. That's what I meant to say. A year, not a month. Jesus
I can see
Christ,
$100 a year.
Come on, did you get together?
Like it can't be much different than like a Netflix or a WWE network.
Yeah, I meant to say
price
$100
plan.
a year, not a month.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But that's when I noticed something, and I told you about it. So they said what's going on. They said what's going on. Okay, in the future, like, I think it was like I don't know. There was a couple games they said that are going to be on it. They also had Kingdom Hearts, by the way, which I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I don't really care about Kingdom Hearts.
What's going on?
Losing their shit right now.
What's that?
The fanboys are losing their shit right now. They want to talk about Kingdom Hearts, but I don't care.
So they talked about what's going to be on Xbox Game Pass in the future, and they're going to release some new games on their release date on the thing, on the Xbox Game Pass, which is like, okay, that's how you get people into it. But then they talked about the games that are released today, like literally today, like June 10th. And they said, Tom Clancy's The Division.
4 major franchises. 3, excuse me. Yeah, 3. So Tom
Clancy's The Division, Fallout 4, and Elder Scrolls Online. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, hold on. One of those things isn't like the other. They just talked about Fallout 76. They just talked about Fallout 76. Or sorry, yeah, they just talked about The Division. They talked about The Division 2. They talked about Fallout 76. Didn't say anything about Elder Scrolls. Oh, hold on. Bethesda's presenting after. What does that mean?
Bethesda. I've waited for this whole fucking podcast. Bethesda has something up their sleeve because Bethesda is going, okay, listen, folks. Listen, you fucks. You fucking people that think you know what's going to happen. All the leaks. Everyone's like, there's not going to be a new Elder Scrolls game. Because I've seen people tweet about it. They're like, it hasn't been leaked and they're not going to talk about one. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck would they talk about Fallout 76? If that's their, let's say that Fallout 76 was their crown jewel of the whole day.
Yeah.
Or evening, excuse me. Why would they talk about it on another performer's platform? Like, I get why they did. I get it, because it's going to be obviously on the Xbox. It's going to be great. Unless these crafty fuckers over at Bethesda, those beautiful bastards, I say fuckers with love and respect, have something up their sleeve because they're going to announce a new fucking Elder Scrolls game.
I wouldn't be surprised. Why would they take time to be in part of Microsoft's presentation to talk about Fallout 76? Now, all things considered,
I just came. I'm sorry.
They did only cover a very small amount of Fallout 76.
Yes.
He came out. He talked about it being as large as it's going to be. They showed a short trailer.
Yeah,
but they didn't show any like gameplay or stuff like that. So that's probably safe for the Bethesda one. But I'm like, what would they take away some of the thunder of Fallout 76 and the Microsoft one? It's got to be because they want extra time for something else.
Elder Scrolls 6. Motherfuckers.
Elder Scrolls 76.
Elder Scrolls 76, brother. Elder Scrolls. And I'm calling it right now. Here's what's going to happen with Elder Scrolls. Because as we record this currently.
Right now it is 7:52, so we still have another hour and a half before the Bethesda one.
So we are going to be dark on Twitter and everything. Because I want the full experience of the live stream. So we're not going to check anything. We're going to check back in with you guys in a little bit. In a few minutes. Because I think we still have a couple more points to go through.
2 hours later.
Yes. And we're actually check back
that's all. I didn't watch any of the other ones yet.
Okay, cool. We'll finish off our points, and then we'll check in with you guys in a little bit, and then this will it'll be on this podcast. We'll check in with you guys after Bethesda's live stream. But I'm telling you right now, if let's say for a minute they don't announce the Elder Scrolls game, not only will TJ disown Bethesda on his podcast. No, I won't. I love them too much. I'll be like, why did you do that then? Why did you take all your thunder away? So I'm like, no, that doesn't. Either they're going to announce that, or they're going to announce something else big from them.
What else? What else could it be? If it's not Elder Scrolls, what do you think it is? It could
be. And this is interesting because we're going to know in this podcast. I think it has to be an Elder Scrolls, unless they announce another new Fallout game, which to me makes absolutely no sense.
Fallout 5.
I'm down. But I'm going to be like, so does that mean Fallout 76 is not...
Maybe they're going to release Fallout 5 through 75.
Oh. But I'm trying to think of
what else. What else? You know what?
Bethesda
I know what it is.
Do?
They're going to announce that they've signed a partnership with Electronic Arts.
And for the small fee in your game. I'm looking something up real quick, stall.
We decided to turn Elder Scrolls into a full mobile game where you do not have to play... through the whole game anymore. You can, for a small purchase of 99 cents, you can advance your way through Elder Scrolls quicker.
Okay, so just for the sake of argument, I was looking up some of their bigger gaming franchises that they do.
Okay.
One's Dishonored, which I always forget about.
I don't think that's big enough to overshadow
I don't
Fallout.
either. Doom, apparently, which I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay, that could be something.
That's pretty. Oh, Quake, and then Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. No, Wolfenstein.
It can't be.
Okay, Quake. No. Quake. No.
It's gonna be. What? It's
gonna be Doom or Elder Scrolls.
It's gonna be fucking Elder Scrolls. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna take place in Redguard because it's gonna be amazing.
Doom could be the dark horse here. Doom could be the thing that spoils your day.
Bro, if they don't announce a new Elder Scrolls game, I am gonna be so.
How long has it been? I don't remember how long. I don't even know how long it's been.
2000 and I wasn't with Sam when Skyrim was released. Put it that way.
09?
No. 2011, I think. Let me look it up.
So it's been
real
7
quick.
years.
It's been at least. Let me look up the exact date so we can do this.
Because like it takes Elder Scrolls isn't, you can't just develop an Elder Scrolls game in a couple months. It takes years.
And if they've spent all this time, they released. So okay, it was November 11th, 2011. So I was right.
Okay, so 7 years.
It takes them
And
that long.
you got to think about it. If they're talking about it today, it's probably not going to come out till January
2019,
yeah.
which I'm
so
cool with.
That'll make it 8 years since a freaking Elder Scrolls.
And they'll be like,
game.
or here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna go.
Release today.
We are announcing a partnership with EA, and we are releasing new DLC for Skyrim. EA guy comes out
For a small fee.
No, but I think now is
You could have the brand new Skyrim.
the brand new Skyrim DLC.
And we've invited Gene Simmons to come talk about it for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gene Simmons from Kiss, and I'm here today. I'm gonna get right
Hold on,
to
I
the
got
point.
it. Electronic Arts wanted me to let you understand why we're releasing new downloadable content for a small fee on Skyrim.
See, you do it way
See,
better than me.
Everybody, when it comes to Elder Scrolls, you can't always have filet mignon. Sometimes you have to have McDonald's.
And with that note, guys, I think this is a great place. We're gonna stop for now. It's gonna be a probably 10-second break or whatever the fuck, and then we're gonna come back in
We'll put a
watching.
Jaybird spot in.
Yes, we'll put a Jaybird spot right here. So get ready to listen to a wonderful ad for our good friend Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts, and we'll talk in with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Okay, guys, so we're gonna take a quick second to give a much needed shout out to our good friend Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts. Whether you guys need T-shirts, logos, business cards, phone manipulation, custom art, anything like that, Jason is your guy.
You've seen our logo. You've seen how awesome it is. Hit him up today by going to www.jaybirddigitalarts.com. That is JAYBIRD digitalarts.com. Go there right now.
Right now, guys, just pause the podcast.
Jaybird Digital Arts.
Digital Arts. Hey guys, so we're back after Bethesda's presentation. Like 3 hours later, we're back. And
you just gone through a roller coaster of emotions.
Holy shit, that was too much. Okay, so let me sum it up basically by saying the entire presentation up until Fallout 76's presentation, my butthole was clenched. Let me just say that.
And then it was enraged.
And then enraged, and then clenched again, and then enraged again, and then now
released.
I'm cool. Now I'm good. So, starting it off, we basically
It was it was bad.
the first game that they talked about was Rage 2.
No, Rage 2 looks good though.
Rage 2 looks good. It looks like an
Yeah.
interesting game, but what kind of was interesting, if you guys didn't watch it, I implore you to go back and watch at least the first few minutes of it, because holy shit, it was just, I don't want
was
to say it
fucking
was a
weird.
train wreck, but it was different. It was weird.
They didn't have their shit
An-
together.
Yeah, basically Andrew WK came out and played a song, and the crowd was just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
Kudos to them for being different.
You know what? It's not even that. I'm gonna say kudos to the crowd for not giving up and booing them off the stage after Andrew WK came out and played, because
They were not impressed.
the camera angle, the camera guys in the crowd were getting like the most unimpressed people to get like shots of.
And they were like, and it was just like, he did a great performance. They killed it, but just people were like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
We came for game. This and guy sing what?
What is this? So then
What?
the two guys came out for Rage 2. It
Yeah.
had probably the most awkward, like, I don't even know.
Yeah,
man.
I told you while we were watching, I'm like, I don't think these guys have ever actually met before.
Yeah.
I think these are two guys that have like worked on the game together, but they've never
They
actually
never
met because they were
'cause it was
completely awkward.
Yeah. And like the one dude was like really kind of like bubbly, and then the other guy, like he was.
The
you
guy's
could-
like, yes, we've spent lots of time working on the game, yes.
I feel like there's a bit of a language barrier, and like they kept having these moments. Like I feel bad.
Well,
you know,
you
'cause
mentioned there was a spot for like 15 seconds. They both went quiet. Like
It was
there was a video.
literally-
It was I think a video was supposed to play on the board, but then they're like, no, stall.
Yeah, like it was almost like they were having some technical difficulties or something. But
Yeah.
like the poor guy wearing the grave shirt, I can't remember what his name was, but like
It was his last name was Nedforsh.
yeah, like he was clearly English is not his first language.
No, I
like,
think he's
clearly.
Danish or something.
And he was
He's
just
probably
kind of
Danish
like
or Norwegian.
he kept looking around at the crowd like he was just like, oh my god, what is happening?
There's more people here than I expected.
Yeah, but that being as someone who freezes up every time I have to do public speaking, which
Yeah.
is kind of hilarious because I'm a podcaster.
Okay, so would you do your podcast in front of 1,000 people?
I think I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like if I could sit down, my problem is anytime I've had to speak in public, I've had to have a script in front of me.
Oh.
I can't do that.
See,
very well.
last night I was emceeing my sister's Jack and Jill, and I literally wrote my notes on my hand so I didn't forget anything.
And you did fine though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was unable to go, but shout outs to Sarah and Trevor.
So we're getting Rage 2 in spring 2019. Looks like a fun game. It's
it
a
does.
Open world shooter, first person, colorful. Very colorful.
Very
That's what I know.
colorful,
And it's very
yeah.
easy. Like, I find with some shooters, especially when they're like a post-apocalyptic, you can get caught in these spots where it's very dark and hard to see things. Not in this
Doesn't
game. It looks
look
like it's
like
very
it.
well lit.
Really wicked looking combat. Like there's a lot of dynamics there. There's tons of different mechanics, tons of different abilities, tons of different guns. Every
Yeah.
vehicle you see, you can drive, which that's really cool. And there's a fucking asteroid, guys.
Literally,
There's
the
a
beginning of
fucking
the beginning of the
asteroid.
trailer is, it wasn't war. It wasn't. What was it? It wasn't war.
It wasn't.
It wasn't global warming.
Yeah.
It was a fucking asteroid.
It was just the
tickles
way
me.
Yeah.
It was a fucking asteroid. And all you see is, if you see a car, you can fuck it.
I was like, what?
No, they didn't actually say you could fuck the car. I said that because of the fucking
Yes.
asteroid. If you see it, you can fuck it.
But what was cool is the pre-alpha, which is what they were showing off, like the in-game pre-alpha engine.
Yeah, pre-alpha is
looked
not
great.
supposed to look that good.
Yeah, it looked great. So that's really cool. Definitely Rage 2 is going to be pretty exciting. I'm pumped to check it out.
Yeah,
Because I didn't play the first Rage that much, but I might go back and revisit.
I'll
it.
pick up Rage 2.
Yeah.
No, they convinced me with that.
Oh, for sure.
And then they gave us Doom. They gave us the next Doom.
But first there was a couple other things.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, there was.
No, there was
I'm
just
going to talk
Doom.
about them real quick.
It was just Doom.
So they started teasing me, and this is when I started getting really mad. Because they said,
Did they do
Elder
the
Scrolls.
Oh, hold on. They did the. Oh, that's when they said the card game.
Okay, so basically, you picture you guys. I feel like at this point,
See, your notes you did chronologically. With my
Yeah.
notes, what I do is I write all the big stuff on one side, and I write all the little stuff on the other, so I
yes,
don't
then
have
you
any
miss a
like
bunch of stuff,
timeline.
and then there's no like.
I should
that's why
number
do it
everything.
Yeah, that's why I do it this way.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm the professional podcaster.
My notes here say Elder Scrolls card game. Lol.
So basically, this poor guy comes out, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's
And
very
I'm sure the
passionate
three
about
people
the
that were interested in the Elder Scrolls card game were really happy to see him.
And I mean, I'm sitting here. The second I heard Elder Scrolls, I got really excited. And then it was Elder Scrolls Legends, and I was like, I don't care at all.
But
lol.
the first thing I said to him, like, they have to start out with something small.
course,
They can't
of course.
give
Yeah,
you
I
everything
get
right
that.
at the beginning.
And then they talked about Elder Scrolls Online Somerset, which
Yeah.
I just again
You're not involved. You're not
don't-
big
I
gun.
can't-
New DLC and it looked good though.
looks
fun.
great. Somerset. That's going to be really fun. There's a lot of elven shit in that.
I
with
feel
it.
like when you have better internet, you're gonna be more.
I'll play
hyped
I
for-
play
yeah,
the shit
you
out of
paid
it. But
yeah.
I just, for me personally, and I know Kaz would be saying the same thing.
And then
which is not our
they
deal.
moved on after that, which
Yes.
which at that point, that's when you started to like lose all hope.
because they just moved on, and I went, fuck. And I was kind of down for the rest of the presentation up until
So
Fallout. So that kinda sucked.
I started to
Yeah.
get all hyped because I saw Doom and I love Doom. They didn't give us much. Like they didn't give us any gameplay. They gave
Just
us
the
they literally just gave us like the title screen. That's basically about it. But it's gonna be Doom Eternal's gonna be freaking good. And they had a Japanese. It was like a Japanese symbol or something
Yeah,
like that.
I noticed
it's
that.
Doom Eternal, but before they put that, they have I think it's the Japanese symbol for Eternal. I don't know exactly. Like
So that's interesting.
So that was kind of cool. I wanted to see if that comes into the game at all. If that kind of stuff comes into the game. They gave us Quake Champions.
Q.
Um,
By the way,
there's
real
a
quick,
there's a Quake Con.
yeah, I didn't know that existed. But
That's a thing.
Real quick from Doom before we move on, literally just to show you guys where my headspace was at. My notes were looks epic as fuck. Period. Cool. Period.
Yeah, look, and basically what all they gave us was like the menu screen. So
Yeah,
they
and
didn't
I
really
was
give
like,
us
wow,
much.
cool. That was totally worth my time. Anyway,
But the cool thing they did about Quake
Quake
Champions is
Champions.
free to play mode trial on now and early
That's
access,
awesome.
and you have that for a week. And I think
That's
if you get it
huge.
early, you have it until the game's out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said something about that, so that's pretty damn cool. So I was pretty impressed that they did that because
Oh,
that
yeah.
gave people something to do right after they were done at
Yeah.
the
And
Bethesda
that's
thing.
when it's things like this. I feel like you have to have something to offer your audience when you're
Yeah,
done.
and
right?
they had no shortage of stuff they were offering the
Tons of
obvious
stuff.
audience that
Bethesda
night.
killed it. They did a great job.
Right.
I am, however, calling it right now because they also had a bunch of new characters. It seems like they were featuring.
Yeah.
Let's get more character based. I don't have a ton of experience with Quake, but from what I understood, I didn't think there was characters. I could be totally freaking wrong on that though.
I don't know. The first Quake was in 1996. I was 5 years old when the first Quake came out, so I'm not
Same,
really
I
familiar with it.
am
I'm more
yeah.
the Doom. I just started getting into Fallout.
Yeah, very multiplayer focused game though. If you guys aren't familiar with Quake, however, I am calling it right now Battle Royale DLC. Just saying, calling it right now
he was saying that the whole time. But Battle Royale DLC, fuck.
because I just didn't care at that point.
He was waiting for the Elder Scrolls Battle Royale DLC.
Yeah, we're adjusting a new Elder Scrolls game for the
Quake
low
Con.
price.
There's a Quake Con.
Apparently,
Is there Fallout Con?
no,
Is there Elder Scrolls Con?
no.
Why is there a Quake Con?
Because Quake is that popular of a multiplayer game.
Evidently, it's
Who
like the
knows?
Dave Matthews bands of video games.
Okay, for very much for you today. Ha! Boo.
So what do they give us? Prey next, the new DLC for Prey,
Yay.
which is actually another thing that was. I think it was ready now, wasn't it? Prey Moon Crash was that ready now? Hold on, I'll look it up.
I don't think so. Sorry. Yeah, but basically, what Moon Crash is it's a completely unique experience to Prey. And essentially, what they're doing is every time you load up the game, it's basically a simulation inside the game. I guess from what I got from it.
It's infinitely replayable.
Yes, and that's the term they use. So basically, you load it up and say you start off with a machine gun, and there's all these different enemies, and the world has like a poison thing around you. You got to play through. Once you die, it restarts.
You have to escape the moon, and then everything's random again. So you can't get a rhythm in and being like, "Hey, got to do this, and then I beat it."
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
like, no,
literally
it restarts.
start all over again.
So it's basically
But it is.
survival.
I just checked it. It is today.
It's out now.
So you
Okay,
can literally
cool.
go
Yeah.
now and go get Moon Crash for Prey. But then they also talked about Typhon Hunter. Was it Typhon Hunter?
Yeah, Typhon Hunter.
Which is a lethal game of hide and seek where you're
That
basically a
sounds cool.
shapeshifter.
Yeah, well, the whole thing with Prey is they have the mimics.
Yeah,
right?
the mimics, yeah.
So they can mimic anything around them, and
Yeah.
then so you can literally be playing with your friends or some people online. You can be one of the mimics, and you can make yourself into like a burger.
Yeah.
And sit on a plate, and then this motherfucker walks by, and goes, "Oh, look, what great burger graphics!" And you jump on his face and rip his head off. So it's like that's
So
fucking
you
cool.
could be a Podbeard production and
I could literally be a little Pod Period production sitting there, and they'd be like, "Oh, who took a Pod Period production on the floor?" I would love to play.
no,
that game
that
with my
sounded pretty
friends.
good. I would think I would get Prey just to play that mode. That'd be
that
cool.
looks really. And there's also different modes that they were talking about as well. They didn't really go into much detail about it.
No, they don't. I don't think they had really that much afterwards. It was yeah.
But however, they did also talk about there being a VR version.
Yeah,
which is cool. I played VR for the first time.
They came out later and just talked about how a whole bunch of this stuff's
Yeah.
going to have VR, which is really cool.
Which is cool. Like I played VR for the first time like literally a month ago,
Oh, yeah?
and I was like, I mean, it's not for me.
No.
Just because I'm not that type of gamer, but like
Yeah.
I totally, if I had a VR set at my own house, I'd probably fucking play it all the time. But
Yeah.
just for me, it's like I'm not gonna go out and spend that money. It's just not my deal.
No, it's like
But-
$500.
But that being said, for people who do,
Yeah.
fucking right on. So they're gonna love that because it looks like it's gonna
The
be
VR,
awesome.
the PlayStation 4 VR, I think if I got a good bonus from work or something like that, and I had like a couple $100 laying around, I'd be like, all right, I'll try the VR. And then if I didn't like it, I could always sell it for a couple $100. But that would meant, man. Next up, they did Wolfenstein, which
Yes.
I think they mentioned Wolfenstein. I don't know if this is already out. I don't follow Wolfenstein, but it's out from Nintendo
Wolf-
Switch.
so basically, what it was is the Wolf. It was Wolfenstein 2, from when I got.
They said, I thought
or
they had
3.
the Wolfenstein 3 logo.
So okay, maybe it was 3. Sorry,
So maybe
I
they're
misspoke.
porting 3 onto the
So
Switch.
yeah, they're basically it's going to be on the Switch, so that's cool. Good for the Switch people.
The big thing they had was the Youngblood.
Yes,
Wolfenstein
which is a new
Youngblood.
Wolfenstein.
So actually, really different from what everything I've ever known they've done. Is
Yeah.
it's the daughters of the main protagonist.
BJ,
Yeah, BJ. It takes place in the 1980s,
which so they go ahead,
and since there's 2 of you, it's a co-op game.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then they talked about the Cyber Pilot.
Yes, which is a VR game from them where basically you're a scientist who can take over different Nazi technology and use it to kill Nazis because Bethesda's message for the whole evening, what was it, Brandon?
Bethesda hates Nazis.
Fuck Nazis.
Fuck Nazis.
Is basically was
Yeah,
Bethesda's
no, but that's.
message. Fuck Nazis.
I guess that's like their branding for like the Wolfenstein games. It's like, yeah, well,
Nazis.
fuck Nazis. Like,
I mean, that's good branding to me. You know,
oh, yeah,
fucking
no,
hell.
absolutely good. It was just the Cyber Pilot thing. I'm like, I could see myself
that
getting a
seems cool,
VR set
yeah.
just to play that, like just a whole like taking over
like-
Nazi technology and like controlling it through VR. That'd be
Yeah,
really
it's
fun.
like, so you're telling me I can get in that tank over there
Yeah.
and blow up my own guys with it. That's cool. That's cool.
It was really cool. I like the look of it.
So at this point of the presentation, we kind of skimmed through that stuff like I knew we would, like it's just, it's some cool stuff. So definitely check it out, guys, if you are more interested in some of the things we kind of touched on. It was a great presentation up to this point, but I mean, let's be honest.
You were a little butthurt still.
I was really freaking butthurt. I was pissed.
Because after the Elder, once the Elder Scrolls guys left, you're like, that's it. We're not getting anything for it.
I was like, nope, nothing.
We're not
Done.
getting anything.
Fuck. I hate everything.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, we got
Fallout 76.
I'm like, we got Fallout coming. He's like, oh fuck, I don't give a fuck.
I literally wrote on my thing, bed shit.
I
was like,
I've never even fucking played Fallout. I don't even like Fallout anymore.
God. Fallout New Vegas isn't even a good game. Our most downloaded episode has nothing to do with Fallout. God.
No.
So, at this point, out walks buddy.
Todd.
Was
guy.
it Todd? Yeah, Todd guy who apparently he's a stand-up comedian part time or something because he thinks he's funny. No,
you
I'm
were
just
not
kidding.
having him at the beginning.
He was funny. He's a charismatic, funny guy. I was just butthurt.
He's so dry.
He was
so
really
dry.
Funny. He was a good presenter. So basically, to let you guys know what Fallout 76 actually is. Now that I know what it is, I'm not speculating anymore because I freaking know now. So shouts to last week's episode. I'm still laughing about that. So basically what it is a prequel set 20 years before all the other Fallout games.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. It is 4 times the size of any Fallout game they've ever done, that's huge. Because Fallout 4 is huge game. I almost felt like sometimes Fallout 4 was too big. So the fact that this is 4 times, I shouldn't say too big, but like, you know. So I'm calling it right now on that fact. I'm really hoping they look into some kind of vehicles.
Either that or some sort of teleporting.
Something.
Sort of,
Well, they have that. Like they have quick travel.
Oh, there you
But
go.
like some kind of, I just like, you know, but it's, I said, what did I say? Oh, I said same shit from Microsoft. I'm not sure why.
Because the beginning was literally the
sorry.
same. So Todd had come out for Microsoft's presentation and literally done the same gig as he did at the start of the Fallout one for Bethesda.
And I was pissed.
And I'm like, well, he's got to start with the same thing.
Yeah, I just...
For anybody who didn't watch the Microsoft one, he's got to build up to it, and boy, did he build.
Oh, it was a beautiful build-up, because he even had me going. Like,
but your butthole clenched a little bit.
I was getting pissed, but what I did notice from that trailer was there's a bunch of new creatures. There's some flying creatures, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. Seems like an interesting story. Beautiful, beautiful worlds. Basically, what the idea of the story is you are someone who got put in this Vault 76, was one of the first vaults ever built, and it was the first one open, from what I understand of the story. You're in there with 25 other people.
Yep.
So you come out into your whole thing is you thought when you came out of the vault everything was still going to be okay. You didn't know the bombs dropped and shit went down. Basically.
Yeah.
So the world is beautiful. It looks amazing. Everything looks great. Interesting story, all that fun stuff. Now, at this point, I'm going, okay, cool. I'm happy. You know, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And my butthole got unclenched. And I was like, okay, I'm accepting this. This is actually pretty cool. And then it clenched again so tightly.
Todd said the O word.
He said, and I quote, a thing that made every other gamer in the world shit themselves with joy, but it made me literally want to rip my throat out.
I don't think it made as many as happy as you think. I think there was quite a few that were like you, like saying, what the fuck?
Fallout 76 is an entirely online experience.
Woo!
However, there are no...
Gonna need more vodka in here.
However, there are no freaking servers for this game. It is an entirely, like, unique experience to what they're... I still don't know how the fuck they're doing this.
I have no idea.
It is entirely online, but it can be played solo.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping...
It sounds like it's built to be played co-op.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. Basically, you can play co-op because all the other 25 people from that vault that inhabit the world around you, which that kind of bums me out because I'm like, so there's no NPCs then, from what I gather.
And I guess not.
So that kind of sucks, but okay, whatever, I guess.
But there just has to be a story.
Well, that's what I mean. So we didn't really find much about that. So I'm assuming there has to be NPCs.
The thing I feel is like, okay, what if it's like a Borderlands game where it can be played alone? There's a story, but it's easier if you play with other people.
Too. So basically, the other 25 inhabitants of the vault are actual people in the game in the world.
So what if co-op mode and solo mode are the same game?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
right?
that's the only thing I can think of.
I'm just hoping to God, there's one thing that, to me, if they don't do this, it's going to completely ruin this experience for
You have to be able to
millions
play it
of
with your
gamers.
friends.
You have to be able to play with friends, but to me, you should have the ability to go private. Let me explain what I mean.
Yeah.
Because there's not servers, is it just open to whoever the fuck in the world? Because let's say you're playing with 5 or 6 of your friends. You have your world set up, you're having a ball, you're enjoying the game, and then just some dickweeds come in and just fuck you up for the sake of doing it. And it's like, I understand that people are like, oh, it's competitive. And I'm like, me personally, I'm like, I don't play that. I don't want that. I want to have 25 people that I know play within this world. And if one of them comes and kills me and fucks with my shit, then I'm like, fuck you, buddy. I'm going to get you. You know, like, to me, that sounds fun as shit. If it's just some randos that are going to leave after, it's like, well, what the fuck?
No, I get that.
To me personally, I'm really hoping that that's not the case, because that's really going to bum me. That's going to stop me from buying the game, I think, because it just, that bums me out.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be.
If I had to hazard a guess, I'm taking the. I would think the. Well, does Borderlands use servers? I don't think it's a server.
no idea.
No, they're not servers.
No.
Because you can know.
It's not like an online game, constant online game.
I would. I would hope. If I had my choice, I'd like them to maybe use the Borderlands format where the game's the same whether you're playing with people or not.
That's what I think they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, do you have to either invite people, or can you kick people out of your world and that kind of shit? Like, that's more what I'm curious about.
Yeah. Because
if you can't, then I'm confused. So hopefully we'll learn more about that in the future. I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be make or break for me personally. Like, just,
well, they are doing the beta, which stands for Break It Early Testing,
which I love application. Which I
Break
love.
It Early
I love
Testing
that.
application.
Because he even poked fun at the fact that apparently Elder Scrolls Online doesn't work.
Apparently, some of our games have bugs.
And it was like, oh my god, he's too much.
Yeah.
But what is cool is you build in this game. So basically, you can round up 3 or 4 of your friends, do all your shit
The
together.
camps were cool. I like the camps. Those were
take
neat.
these camp things, you go out and you can build wherever you want. You can build a little settlement with all your friends and fucking hang out and go do quests together and shit. That sounds like, that literally is like, me and fucking Kaz, okay? The amount of fucking fun we would have doing that.
Yeah.
I said to you, I said, bro, Podbeard Studios. We're literally building Podbeard Studios, and then like you can be like, we'll like make you, because like you're not probably not like, you're not a big Fallout guy, but I'd be like, you have to play it with us.
I'll try. I'll give it a shot. I have 4 Fallout games sitting behind me right now. Like it's a matter of just playing them.
You'd love it once you get into it.
Yeah, it was a matter of just never having.
Play Fallout 3 first.
I have New Vegas. I have 3. I have 4.
Like New Vegas is my favorite one personally, but play Fallout 3 first. Because that kind of gives you the best overall experience, I would say, of a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Then play New Vegas because it kind of updates that, and then go with 4.
All right.
It's because some people have said, "Oh, play 4 first," and I'm like, "Nah, that story is boring as shit to me." But anyway, so that's really cool. The fact that you can do that. So like to me, that sounds so fun. But then like
they had the Vault Tech videos, which were really good.
Those were funny. Those were really, really good. But then they also talked about something that was, again, funny as shit, super cool, but could also, for me, completely ruin the game experience. Like just, and again, people might call me and be like, "Oh, well, that's just how it goes sometimes." But like for me, I'm like, no, like I should be able to choose. And that is that throughout the world that you are inhabiting, there are multiple nuclear warhead sites that you can collect codes to in the game, but you need multiple different letters for these codes. So if you team up with people who have some, you can basically go and detonate a nuclear warhead wherever you want in the world.
Yeah.
So that sounds cool as shit for me. Let's say I'm playing with 10 people I know, whatever the hell, and someone pisses me off.
Yeah.
They come in and raid my thing, and I'm like, you know what? I got this code. I'm going to nuke them and kill them.
Yeah.
And then, so to me, like, that's cool. But then let's say we're playing our own game, we're having fun, and then some random assholes show up out of nowhere and just nuke us for no apparent reason. And then they leave. That's more what would piss me off. They don't let us do anything back or play with us. They just leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Bethesda would.
I don't either, but I'm hoping
game.
that's not, because just to me, like that doesn't. Maybe I'm alone on this. But like, because there's people like that in the world who will then dedicate themselves to being those guys, you know.
I find with games like that where basically you're susceptible to dickheads that do that kind of stuff. They always make a big deal of when they're talking about these games, saying, you can play with any people from all around the world. They didn't really go off on all that much. Like global, you're playing with everybody across the world. It's like, no, you're playing with people. And it was they made it sound very local, like without saying it, because they didn't come out and say, you're playing with anybody around the world, or they just kind of said it's all online.
So I'm curious about
now.
that.
I don't know if that's to be confused with you're capable of playing all of it online.
Well, that's also. I'm wondering, can we just play offline if we want? Can we play offline?
He said you
split
can play
screen?
solo.
So I'm wondering. I'm wondering if we can just.
When
play
I hear
offline.
solo, I hear offline.
I'm hoping we can, because if not, that is gonna suck for me.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get it and try and play it, even with my shitty internet. But that's cool. So the beta will be coming out. When was it again?
The beta? The beta is in. No, they didn't give a date for the beta.
Oh, yes. So
the
we're gonna
the release date
assume
of the game itself is November 14th.
2018.
Yeah.
Which that seems crazy
It
early.
seems really early, but who
Yeah.
knows how long they've been working on this game. But
Seems like a while.
that means the beta's got to be next month,
Probably.
late this month,
Yeah. They'll
at the
probably
latest
announce
early
it.
August.
They'll probably announce it.
Yeah.
But what was really cool is they also went into talking about the collector's edition of the game. 'Cause
Yeah.
Fallout fans love their collector's shit. They have a map that is glow in the dark of all the worlds. They come with little figurines, and he
the
was
whole
like,
world.
"It's fucking cool. Like it looks really cool.
Even he's looking at it, being like, "Ugh."
It's so cool. I just jizzed in my pants a little bit." And then something that he said, he's like, "I've just wanted this forever." So we're
But what is
doing
it? Remember, what is it called again?
The maps?
No, the collector's edition.
I don't remember.
I think it's called the Power Armor Edition.
Oh yes, the Power Armor edition.
Something along those lines. And I'm like, wow. And there's a reason it's called the Power Armor Edition.
Because you can literally get. I also realized we just skipped something, but we'll go back to it.
What is it? What do
you
we skip?
I'll tell you in a minute.
All right.
You get a wearable with a headlamp, a voice changer apparently, and everything. A wearable T-51 Power Armor helmet.
Yep.
Which I'm like, okay. Me personally, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay that much money for that. But
Yeah.
there are fans out there that are gonna shit themselves over that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's really, really cool. So be on the lookout for that beta. We'll keep you guys posted as time goes on about that. There may even be something later this week when we do this part 2 of this little DLC thing here we're doing. So that's really cool. Fallout 76 sounds fucking awesome. I'm so glad that they went into a lot of detail about it. The thing I was talking about earlier, they did this hilarious freaking sketch with
Oh
Key.
my God, Key, from Key and Peele.
It was hilarious because they was like, and now we know why you guys are at, because the guy
We know why
Todd,
you're actually here. And then they.
to figure out what we're gonna put Skyrim on next, because that it was like the big running
Yeah.
joke. Because now it's on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
So they call it the Skyrim Very Special Edition, and it was first it's like they brought it to Alexa, and it was Key sitting like
Yeah.
Alexa, loot body, Alexa, attack dragon. You have 7% health left. Drink health potion. You have no health potions left. Shit. How many cheeses do I have?
407.
Eat cheese. Eat all the cheese.
The wife walks in. You know that the doctor said stay away from dairy.
Oh, yeah,
you're
that's
the
right.
best. You're the
Thank you
best.
so
You're the
much,
best.
honey.
Honey.
Eat all the cheese. And I said,
Bitch.
and then there was like he's playing it on like the Samsung Smart tablet and like the Samsung Smart fridge and like just poking fun at themselves.
But
So
he
that's
played it on something like ridiculous. He played it on something like what else did he play it on? Oh, I can't remember, but it was
I don't
hilarious.
remember. There was
Maybe
some
it cracked
funny
me
shit.
up the fact that he had like the smart fridge. He was playing it on like I can't remember what it was. It was
I
a
can't
really.
either.
It'll be on YouTube. Go look it up on. Go find it on
it
YouTube.
was really funny.
Yeah.
But
that preceded the Fallout stuff, so that came before it.
yes,
because it started off with the Elder Scrolls, and you're like,
I was so, and then I saw Key, and I was like, oh no! But I was excited because I love him, so I was like, I'm down.
He's still a little butthurt, but he was
A little butthurt. And then they announced something actually pretty cool, I think. Fallout Shelter, it has like over like 111 million players around the world, which is really cool. Which, if you guys are familiar with it, is a free-to-play game that's it's really cool. Basically, it's you have a vault and you build
and I think it's on
stuff and you
everything
recruit
now.
people. They announced that it is available now on PS4 and the Switch for free.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
So you can go on and check that out right now. So and that's cool. If you haven't played Fallout Shelter, check it out.
Yep.
It is a game that does have some microtransactions, but I played it a lot for a long time, and I never bought
For a
anything
few
from it.
dollars.
For a few dollars, you can go and spend money.
This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. And
I
for
hear-
only a few dollars every month, You too can have microtransactions in your mobile game.
From Kiss.
From Kiss.
From Kiss.
Kisses Dungeons and Dragons. For 99 cents every 3 minutes, you could play Kisses Dungeons and Dragons.
Where you can play as me,
Or for
Gene
the
Simmons.
Or for the platinum package, it's
Kiss.
only $6 per 3 minutes.
Good God. But yeah, so that's really cool. They also, so technically, they did announce a new Elder Scrolls game that is going to be available soon.
Yeah.
And that is a game called Elder Scrolls Blades. And what it is a first-person mobile game that will eventually be coming to all consoles and will be connected with itself. So basically,
and that was the cool part when he said, you could be playing Elder Scrolls on your mobile phone in the office while you're in a meeting against somebody who's playing on VR
at home.
That's insanity.
That's amazing. Really, really interesting looking combat. There's 3 different modes you can play: Abyss, Arena, and Town, which basically Town is like your normal questing and stuff. Arena's PvP, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really catch what Abyss was. I think it's like dungeons and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they said there was some carefully architected dungeons made by the designers and all that, and then there's some
just generic generated dungeons.
Generated
So that's really cool.
yeah.
So they're always going to be changing. Really interesting combat because I was really curious how they're going to pull that off. It still looks like it might be a little clunky, but they'll get fixed. Basically, as you hold your phone and you tap to block and do
everybody
all this
lost their shit when they're like, oh, you can also play it in portrait mode.
Yeah. People were like, oh my God, I can hold my iPhone upright. And he was like, you can play it with one hand. You're going to make it.
Oh my God.
He got too excited. But they're like, oh.
Dude, I can play Elder Scrolls Blades on my fucking portrait mode phone.
And he was like, you can play it with one hand. And then there was a big laugh. And he's like, well, you're holding a coffee or something, you degenerates.
See, that's where I thought he was going to be like, you can play it with one hand because you're going to need the other one to pick up Elder Scrolls 6.
Nah. And so that was really cool.
He didn't go there.
No. You can pre-order it right now, and it's going to be coming out. I don't have the date right now for some reason.
This fall.
Cool. So this fall, I'm excited. I'm going to check it out.
You can pre-order it right now, though.
And it is free to play.
And you can pre-order it. Yeah. Be on the early access thing or whatever it is.
You'll get early access. I think they said in a couple weeks. I can't recall.
Something like that.
But that's really. It looks like a really, really good game, a unique game. So that's really cool. I'm really excited.
I can see that at the top of the iPhone's freaking app list.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And then they kind of.
And then it was basically, because you thought that was it.
You're
like, you know what? It's technically a new Elder Scrolls game. I'm like, they're not fucking ending on a mobile game.
And then it seemed like they were.
Bethesda's not going to end their fucking presentation on a mobile game. I don't care if it's for fucking Fallout 10.
Yeah.
They're not ending it on a goddamn mobile game.
I was kind of like, okay, yeah, fine. And then he kind of was chilling. He's like, oh, by the way,
he's like, we've been working on this thing. It's our brand new Bethesda Studios series and all this. Like,
first one in 25 years. That's a fully original franchise.
Yeah, I'm like that. Okay, I'm down. So we got Starfield.
Yeah, not really much about it. It's a space related game. There's weird looking satellite.
All you see was Earth, and then you see the satellite, and the satellite gets blown up, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then Starfield. Really generic logo. Did not much to the logo.
But that being said, it looks really interesting. So
yeah, I mean, from what we saw, we didn't see much, but and then you can take it from there.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. They didn't end off with that. Right on. And then he's basically like, so we're looking. Then, by the way, it's going to be a next gen game. Totally forgot to mention.
Yeah, these are in the future games.
Future. So then he's like, and we're also looking at what we're going to be doing after that. And I'm like, okay, so they're looking at the sequel already. Then this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you guys have been asking for this
dickweed.
too.
Oh, by the way, you've been asking for this, so here you go. He announced Elder Scrolls fucking 6. Just the title and just a look at a beautiful landscape, and that's it. Just the tip. He spit on it, just put in a little bit. That was it.
Hodder just got foreskinned.
It's way too late to me.
But that was it. That was Bethesda's presentation.
Yeah.
You got everything you wanted.
Yeah, I got everything I wanted. I was happy.
You just have to wait a really long time for one of them.
Oh, probably going to be like 6 fucking years or something. But whatever. I'm hoping Blades is really good. I'm hoping Fallout 76 is everything I want it to be.
Okay,
I'm really excited.
If they're developing right now for a next-gen console, how far off can they be?
Not that much.
Like, you have to be thinking we're seeing them at next E3.
Probably.
Like this time next year, we have to be talking about PlayStation 5 and the Y Square and
The Y Square?
the Nintendo Switch 2.
The Nintendo Labo 6.5.
Oh, the Xbox is done. I don't want any more Xbox.
I don't want no more Xbox.
The Y Square
shit.
5. Y Square.
The Microsoft map. There you go. This is my new console from Microsoft.
I was surprised. Like I don't know. We still have a lot of. I don't know. Let me check who we still have left to present this week because it's all
Nintendo
week.
for sure is Tuesday.
Nintendo is Tuesday. I don't know about Sony.
I didn't read anything about Sony, but I'm not sure. But while Brandon's doing that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for this special DLC presentation from Two Guys in a Game. Hope that you enjoyed it. We will be doing another one of these later this week. I'm not sure exactly when.
All right, I'll give you a full breakdown right now.
Cool.
Okay, tomorrow at 10 a.m. So this is 1 o'clock Eastern.
On Monday.
So 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Square Enix.
Don't care. Move on.
Ubisoft. So we're going to be probably seeing the new Assassin's Creed stuff. 1 o'clock Pacific time, so 4 o'clock Eastern time. 6 p.m. Pacific time. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're Sony.
Cool.
I'm expecting something from Sony.
I'm expecting something big. They got to deliver.
I'm expecting... I had this crazy theory. I still do. Literally, the middle of last week, they canned the PS Vita physical releases. And I'm like, okay, Nintendo just put out a fully portable home console, basically. And you just finished off saying you're not doing any more physical releases for the only portable game system you have.
So what does that mean, Brandon?
Portable is the way of the future.
For sure, I totally agree.
I'm not saying the PlayStation 5 has to be portable. I'm not saying they're going to announce a PlayStation 5. They should be. I'm not going to say have to be because they might not. They should give us something tomorrow.
Something portable.
Something portable. The next gen Vita, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you want to call it the PS4P, the PlayStation 4 portable.
Even that.
If you can fit the hardware on a PS4 into a Switch-like device, you have to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. And there's no reason why they can't. The Switch did it.
Yeah.
Look at the graphics on the Switch. It looks amazing. Runs great.
Exactly. That's how I'm thinking they have to do something. Why would it seem like a really weird time right before E3 to suspend all physical releases from the PS Vita? Mm-hmm. Like, I know it's been around for years, but now you have nothing in the handheld market.
Yes.
You and Microsoft both don't. I'll give it. Microsoft didn't do anything today saying that, but Microsoft's never been that kind of company in the last 10 years to be ahead of any curve. Mm-hmm. Usually they're falling way behind it. Mm-hmm. And more or less, they did good today. They're not ahead of it. They're not ahead of anything.
I was surprised. They actually did quite good.
But Sony's the last presenter tomorrow. And then we got, so the big one, which I'm probably going to watch live at work, is... 9 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, so 12 p.m. Eastern for us, noon on Tuesday, Nintendo.
I'll probably watch that one live, too.
And that'll probably be the last one we really cover.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of them...
I don't think there's anything really crazy after that, but Nintendo, we'll probably get gameplay for Super Smash Brothers. Don't know, maybe some other stuff they're porting over to the Switch.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
You found that leaked list, but I don't really put much weight to that.
I didn't even want to talk about it on the podcast.
If they do something like a Switch Pro or a Switch XL, don't walk, run to your local GameStop or EB Games and switch your Switch for a Pro Switch. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Exactly.
I'll be trading mine in.
Yeah.
I'll be trading mine in for a PS or a PS4, a Switch Pro or a Switch XL. Because if it's a bigger screen, hell, why not?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So... hopefully, yeah. So we're looking to get out the episode Wednesday for.
I'm thinking so. Hopefully Wednesday. We'll let you guys know.
Probably so because Kaz will be back.
Kaz will hopefully be back. I don't see why he shouldn't be.
Well, he's dead right now, but
yes, he'll be back for life.
Yes,
this is because this isn't canon. Keep that in mind, guys.
This is DLC.
Yes, this is DLC. So there's alternate. We have an alternate character here with us.
In the main story, he is alive, but the DLC he did die.
So the episode you guys hear Tuesday.
He's alive.
Canon. We do not even touch on E3 at all. We don't even talk about it. So just bear with us on that because we recorded it pre. However, hopefully Kaz will be joining us. I don't see why he won't be.
No, just in case.
If anything, it might be just me and him and
just
not
in
Brandon.
case,
Like,
just
we're
in
not
case
sure.
he's still dead in the DLC.
Yes. Then I'm letting you guys know now. Don't worry. He's still around and everything. We are going to be recording our episode 30 soon, so we're very excited about that. Be sure to send in your questions to us if you haven't
Hodder just
already.
wanted me because I watched
Yeah, that's the only reason why. I have no idea what's actually going on.
I was a vault of information.
Yay.
Vault of tech.
Yes. So be sure to send us your questions. We're very excited about that. Already have some great ones from some of our podcasting peers. Brandon, thank you very much for coming and helping me out with this.
No problemo.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Very much appreciate it. Follow us on all the social medias. We have Facebook, Instagram under Two Guys in a Game. We have the Twitter, Two Guys AA Game. Check us on the web, podbeardnetwork.com/The Hodder Show. Excuse me, not The Hodder Show, Two Guys in a Game podcast. God, I suck. Don't check out The Hodder Show. It sucks. You can follow...
The ugly truth of having two podcasts.
Yeah, I know. You can follow Brandon on Twitter, Bowden Prod. Yes, of course. Check him out on SoundCloud as well. SoundCloud.com/Bowden Prod.
Yeah, sometimes I put my radio work up on there.
Yeah. You also have a couple things from the Hodder Show on there, I
Yep,
think.
got a couple promos from there.
And of course, he did do the lovely new intro we have for this and everything. So I'm very excited about that.
Now,
so thank you very much for your hard work.
Fun fact. If you're a longtime listener of Two Guys in a Game, you'll
Yes.
know that I used that on the actual first episode of Two Guys in a Game.
And
Not
brought
the
it
pilot,
back.
the first episode.
The actual first
'Cause
episode.
The pilot is not the first episode. The pilot's the pilot. The first episode is technically the second episode, but
But the first official episode of the podcast. That's how I
Yeah.
look at it. It's canon, basically.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. So thank you guys very much for checking out our E3 coverage. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for a brand new episode of Two Guys in a Game with Casdo Jones back in action. We actually talk a little bit about a new game that he's been playing. So very excited about that and a bunch of other fun shenanigans. We'll see you guys hopefully on Wednesday. Worst case scenario, Thursday perhaps. Worst case scenario, Friday. I'm not sure. Sometime later this week, we'll be doing this again. And hopefully we have some cool news to talk to you guys about Nintendo.
3 episodes of Two Guys in a Game this week.
It's a triple header, motherfucker.
Although these ones are not canon.
Yay. Bye, everybody.